Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Skill 9. Now we're going to be looking at the reading section of the TOEFL preparation course. And in this video, we're going to be looking at how to determine meanings from word parts. Now, I think that if you speak Spanish, this part will be very easy for you to do because a lot of, like I mentioned in videos past, a lot of the very technical, very difficult, very formal words in English are actually the same or similar in Spanish. They come from Latin, it's from Romantic languages, and these are the terms that doctors, lawyers use, right? We're going to see some examples of this, but basically it's analyzing the word, breaking it down, right? Like, okay, this word is like this. For example, repeat. I know is again. What is peat, right? Um, so yeah, we're going to be studying the word parts, right? Now, let's look at a very clear example right here from the passage. Um, so this one says Ring Lardner was born into a wealthy, educated, and cultured family. For the bulk of his career, he worked as a reporter for newspapers in South Bend, Boston, St. Louis, and Chicago. However, it is for his short stories of lower middle class Americans that Ring Lardner is perhaps best known. In these stories, Lardner vividly creates the language and the ambience of his lower class, often using the misspelled words, grammatical errors, and incorrect diction that typified the language of the lower middle class, right? So the question like this, it's a vocabulary question, more or less. It's going to ask us, the word vividly in line 6 is closest in meaning to. Now, if you know Spanish, you know that vivid is like vivo, right? Or viva. So does that mean in a cultured way, in a correct way, in a lifelike way, or in a brief way? Well, it's not cultured, it's not correct way, it's not a brief way. So it's a lifelike way, right? And this is the correct one. So you're estás vivo, you're alive, you're vivid, right? It's vividly. There's even another word here, which I think is kind of like the same in Spanish. He creates the language in the ambience, el ambiente, right? Like the atmosphere. So an ambience is very, very formal in English, but in Spanish it's common, right? El ambiente. So that's where this could be very easy. If you don't speak Spanish, then you may want to study some Latin words, some very technical English words, and just kind of start to see the etymology, right? The etymology is very useful in these cases, or la etimología. The etymology is basically where the parts of a word come from and how come we combine them, right? And what they mean when we combine them, right? Like ateo, atheist, right? Atheist is what? A in Greek or Latin, I think, it means no or something like that. It negates. And then theo or theist means that you're a believer, right? So it's a not believer, it's an atheist or un ateo, right? So that's the etymology of words, and this is what we're going to be looking at now. Yeah, it says the word vividly contains the word viv, which means life. So answer C is the correct answer, right? Now, here we have some examples, but I recommend you study this more. Let's just look at a couple of these. So we have contra, which is again like contrast, mal, which like in Spanish is mal, bad, malcontent, right? Miss, like an error, like a mistake. Sub, under, like subway, right? Subalternate, yeah, like these type of words. Dec, like 10, decade, década. Multi, many, like multiple. Multitask, multi-use, right? Sol, one, like solo. Tree, like triple, right? Dic is to say, dictation, right? Dictate. Domine, like master, dominant, dominate, right? Jude, to judge, right? Like judgment. More, death, like mortal, immortal, right? Spec, see, like spectator, spectacles. Tear, from earth, like territory. Veer or ver, like turn, like divert. And viv, like we just saw, live, reviv, right? Is the example here. Reviv. That's kind of a weird example. Okay, so let's go on then to the exercise. Now, this is a short list, right? So I recommend you also investigate the etymology of just words that, why do we say frame, or what's an epiphany? Why do we say epiphany, right? Like, get interested in these type of things. Also, like acronyms, right? Like, what's WC when you see the bathroom, right? What's Wi-Fi? Right? What does that mean? What is the we? What is the phi? Right? Like these type of things. Okay, so let's go with passage 1, which we have here 5. Yeah, this is a 5-question text, and the next one is also 5. So we have 5 and 5. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's see if we can put this like this. Yeah, well, I'll leave this here for maybe a couple seconds so you can read it, and then we'll go with the questions, okay? So if you want to pause the video right now, please pause the video, read this text, and then we will go to the questions, okay? Okay, so let's check the questions. Let's check out the first 3, all right? And I'm just going to give you the answers here, and if you have questions, you can leave it in the comments section. Okay, so number 1 says the word subjugation. Well, pause the video first to answer them, and then you can look at the answers, right? Okay, but if you already did these 3, let's look at number 1. Number 1, the word subjugation in line 4 is closest in meaning to, in this case, it's going to be C, control, right? Okay. Now, number 2, look at the word decades in paragraph 1. This word is closest in meaning to, well, this one is decade, right? 10-year period. Okay, and then number 3 in line 9, the word terrain is closest in meaning to, in this case, it's A, land, right? Okay, so now we're going to go with number 4 and number 5. If at any moment you want to pause the video and go back to check it, that's okay. All right, let's look at number 4. Number 4 says, look at the word spectacular in paragraph 2. This word is closest in meaning to which of the following? This one's going to be B, visually exciting, right? Visual spec. And number 5 says, look at the word veered in paragraph 2. Click on another word in paragraph 2 that is close in meaning to veered. In this case, it's turned, right? All right, very good. So yeah, if you have questions, leave it in the comments, please. And let's go now to passage number 2. Same thing, pause the video, read it, and then we'll go with the questions, okay? So take a moment right now to pause the video. Okay, ready? I'm going to show you the 5 questions in this case, so you can take a moment. Again, pause the video and we'll check it in a moment. Go back if necessary. Okay, let's look at the answers. Number 6, the expression dominance over in line 5 is closest in meaning to. In this case, it's C, authority over. Okay. Number 7, look at the word tripartite in the passage. This word suggests that something is, in this case, it's A, divided into 3. Number 8 says the judiciary in line 7 is, number 8 is C, the legal system, right? Okay, number 9, look at the word counteract in the passage. This word is closest in meaning to. This is D, work against. And finally, number 10, contradictory to in line 12 is closest in meaning to which of the following expressions? Number 10 is B, opposite to, okay? All right, very good. So as always, let me know if you have questions, comments in the comments section. Next video will be on listening, skill number 10. So we are going to start looking at skill 10 now from each of the three sections. So I will see you next video then, and have a great day. Bye.